What is up, you all? We're back with another Final Destination Bloodlines video. Before we get into it, definitely smash the like button because it definitely helps, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So right now, as we speak, CinemaCon is going on, and we just found out recently that they just showed an exclusive clip for the new Final Destination Bloodlines movie. So with that being said, we're gonna get into the details of this. Before we get into that, if you want to know anything about Final Destination Bloodlines, any details, any spoilery information, I'm thinking that this is definitely spoilery, so you definitely don't want to see it. If you want to know anything, definitely should head out. So to get into this, you all, I'm pretty sure some of you all seen it on X, but a scene was shown once again. We got some crazy detailed information about this scene. So we find out it's a scene that's happening in a hospital with two brothers, being Bobby, and I'm assuming they said it's a guy, a brunette guy with piercings. I'm going to assume that that's actually Eric because, yeah, he has piercings. He's working at a tattoo parlor. So to get into this details of this scene, we find out the clip opens on two brothers in the hospital, one tall blonde and one alternative looking brunette with piercings just like other victims in the franchise. These brothers are cursed and must either try to cheat death or kill someone else to avoid a grisly fate. After weighing their options and deciding they're above her and the newborn babies, the older brunette brother devises a plan to exploit the blonde brother's peanut allergy and revitalize him last minute with an EPI pen. There is an intense fake out as the brothers struggle to get a stuck peanut butter cup out from the hospital vending machine, but they end up getting what they need despite breaking the glass and loosening a metal coil in a rush. They enter an MRI room and accidentally turn it on while the blonde brother eats the peanut butter cup, has his allergic reaction. The brunette brother refuses to give him the EPI pen so that he uses it at the right time, but as the MRI's magnetic power levels increasingly gets higher and higher, the brunette's phone slams into the MRI's manual override and things get violent. The brunette piercings are torn off his body, and the wheelchair behind him pushes him and crushes him into the crevice of the MRI machine. The blonde brother reaches for his API pen and manages to jab himself before a nurse opens the door and asks if he's okay. Then the coil from the vending machine pierces his skull. The footage is a perfect mix of a camp and genuine horror, showing a large confidence in the revival of the Final Destination franchise. So to get into this, it seems that this scene is going to be very intense. And from what I'm hearing a little bit more with this scene, actually something is going to be crazy regarding the lower area of a male, and it's very painful when it comes to this MRI scene. That's what I'm hearing. Now, pushing forward, it seems that everything dominoed from the peanut allergy to the MRI, the magnetic situation with Eric's piercings, and it brings him to be having his piercings torn from his face and ended up getting smashed by the MRI machine and getting sucked in. It seems that a wheelchair actually pushes him into the MRI machine, being Eric, and he ends up getting smashed into the crevice of the MRI machine, which sounds brutal. And then a random like peanut allergy happens with his brother Bobby. If you guys don't know who Bobby is actually the guy from the trailer. I want to say he was the one who poured the drink in a cup with a sharp piece of glass in it, and we see him actually sitting on the couch when Stephanie's talking. Now we know with Final Destination Bloodlines is going to surround Stephanie. From my knowledge, she's going to be a student in college that's actually not doing too well in college, but she finds about her grandmother Iris and everything with her premonition, how it leads to their bloodline, and it connects to all the previous films being 1 through 5, and everything is kind of just really domino into this moment with Bloodlines. I think that this is going to be crazy. I know that, you know, this scene sounds brutal, but one thing I do want to say is man, why would you guys show this at CinemaCon? Like now, because at first people thought like, hey, maybe he can get took out in a tattoo parlor, maybe he can get took out with the truck. People were really confused, like almost to the point we were thinking like, you know, this guy Eric, he couldn't die. People even speculated that he might have been adopted, so he's not technically in the bloodline. Overall, I will say this, I think that overall this scene definitely sounds crazy. It sounds like a lot of little micro things that builds up to these big crazy deaths, being like a peanut allergy that's leading to everything going on with the peanut allergy, him getting his skull pierced by a piece of the coil and metal, and then we end up seeing everything with Eric, in the MRI machine, I think that actually is a crazy death. It definitely sounds like some of the original Final Destination kills. Now, like I said, pushing forward, it seems that they're going to be trying to cheat death, obviously. So this seems that it's going to be something later in the film, obviously, or like, I don't know, possibly the middle or something, because it says that they're going to try to cheat death and everything is going to catch up to him. Like I said in previous videos, Death's original design. So it seems to be that they're going to actually get what's coming to them. I thought that Eric was going to make it, but it seems that he's not going to make it, which is crazy. It would have been so cool to actually speculate and, you know, see if something was going to happen with that character. After looking at that grid that Stephanie pulls out with the bloodline and everything with her family, it seems to be that Stephanie's going to be Ira's granddaughter, Charlie's going to be Iris's younger grandson, Bobby's going to be Ira's grandson, Julia is going to be Iris's granddaughter, and Eric is going to be the oldest grandson. Darlene is Iris's daughter, and Howard is Iris's son. So that's kind of the breakdown from that grid that Stephanie pulls out, and it shows like the bloodline and the family tree. And like I said, man, I think that with this scene, they should have saved it, man, because this sounds so brutal and crazy, and how it just plays out. I think that, yeah, this could have definitely been something that shocked us all, but now we do know. I know a lot of people at CinemaCon probably is like, what the hell is going on? Why would y'all show us that? But it's out there now. I'm pretty sure if you're watching this, you already heard the details over on Twitter, on X. And yeah, man, let's just see how Final Destination Bloodlines plays out. I cannot wait to see this film in theaters and see how everything kind of connects and dominoes from that first premonition with Iris and how it leads into everything with Stephanie and the others. So yeah, you all comment down below how you feel about everything with Final Destination Bloodlines, and how do you feel about this crazy death scene revealed in the details of the MRI machine, the peanut allergy. Comment down below. Unfortunately, this is the end of this video. I want y'all to hit me up on all my social medias at ILIKESCARY, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.